There we go. There's no delay on this. All right.
Holy shit.
Welcome to another podcast where the pegging is going to be in the future now. We are here talking about technology and how it's changed our lives and how robots are going to eventually take over in the future. I am joined by a gay lover and Gabriel Muniz. Relative of Frankie Muniz, the child star.
Happened to me all the time. They got me confused.
So all right. So we'll start with you.
What do we want?
Who are you?
Hi.
Hi.
I'm Josh.
What do you do, Josh?
I'm a gamer.
That's it?
Shitty one.
That's what you do?
Yeah.
I don't do that. That's impressive. That takes a lot of dedication to do, especially to be
Also
good at
a lot of money.
Yeah. Video games are fucking expensive now. Games aren't worth how fucking $60 for a new game that comes out isn't worth it. Some of them. There's like For Honor, that's $50 to me. That's totally worth it to me. It's a unique game experience. For
It's
me.
very unique.
And
It's very rage-inducing.
I thought it was like Dynasty
Okay,
Warriors.
good. It kind of is at certain points.
Oh, I wish it
Oh, I
was
saw
Dynasty
it.
Warriors.
Oh, that'd be even better. They just upped it. But that's something we got to get into in a bit.
Yeah.
Moving on. Who are you?
I am Gabriel Nunez. I am a computer programmer. I do a YouTube channel. We're just starting up on it, actually. Level Crush, you can check it out. You can just go to levelcrush.com, and it'll actually take you over to our YouTube channel directly. So, yeah, check it out. We actually have some For Honor gameplay.
Yeah.
It's
We got a couple more.
game.
Yeah, no, it's really good. But, yeah, we're also going to be doing some Breath of the Wild, Legend of Zelda, live streaming that if you guys are interested.
Links in the description.
Ha! Ha ha!
That was good.
That was clever. That's a plug. But all right, so let's start with our first talking point. We're gonna get right into it. Yeah, we're gonna talk about some
shit.
I
stuff.
thought this was like a silent staring
Yeah.
contest.
No, I thought we were just going to make shit about
Just really
No.
awkwardly staring
You-
at
you
Josh
didn't
like
tell-
this.
Yes!
You win.
So let's talk about the internet. It's a series of pipes in the ocean, and it has changed our lives. The internet has done an amazing amount of things. I think the most important one being that now at 3 a.m, instead of just being drunk and alone, you can now look up all kinds of awful information and drunkenly buy yourself things off Amazon, who has dominated the shopping market.
Can't confirm.
Actually, speaking of Amazon, I just heard that they started their drone project.
Really? That was
Like,
the year
they-
in the making, right?
They finally tested it, and it works kind of.
I'm
so- like
I want my shit delivered by a person.
It's a person playing a robot.
I mean, what happens if it's like in a storm though, or it gets like
What
shot
happens
down?
if you get someone like me who isn't good at flying games and I just crash into someone?
It's fine. They have insurance.
I don't. I'm just gonna lose my job.
Well, that sucks.
I have to relate this to me.
That's what the package is for.
But yeah, so like going back from a time where you had to rely on television to tell you news kind of late, to newspapers to tell you news way late, look up information in a fucking library. Who uses those anymore? Am I right?
I'm big on local libraries.
I got a
I
music
have
library.
I have
I
one.
got a music library on my computer.
Nice.
How dare you? I'm actually a big fan of our local library. I have a library
I
card.
think our library is pretty good actually here. where we're at.
And I have not stolen a book. That is a big achievement for me.
What a good boy.
Don't be
Good
bad.
boy.
So what do you guys think? You think that this just immense amount of information at our fingertips is good, or do you think it's bad?
I think it's actually really phenomenal, to be honest with you. I mean, just purely academic-wise, you know what I mean? Information is power. We used to have to go to libraries. We used to have to, if a school doesn't have the resources, just Google it. You know what I mean? It's information is power. You can self-teach yourself everything you need to know now. There are YouTube videos. We can find everything you want on Facebook even nowadays.
But isn't that a bit dangerous, strictly speaking, on the subject of like, so now you have all these people kind of homeschooling themselves without any official credentials?
So what you're saying is we have a lot of wannabes.
Yeah, posies.
I mean, it can kind of go either way. You could, yeah. But I mean, if you're looking to make a living off something, your work is going to speak for itself. So it doesn't matter. That's my view.
I would also I agree with you, but I also would add that the ratio to it being good to bad decision,
Fair.
it is also I would say above average on the good, above average. Like there's a 51 percentile of good. And
It's
49
like
of bad.
neck and neck.
So
Pretty much, yeah.
if
Really,
you're still above, if
Florida
we're
is the
still
deciding
above,
state
what
here.
have we changed? If we're still above,
What we have changed is
you have to think about it.
information availability in like third world countries. Give a teacher in Africa a small phone with internet access, and she or he will run to the moon with it. You know what I mean?
That is true.
That's where we gotta go. If we educate ourselves better, we
A
become
couple
better.
things I have to mention that I think are very interesting on the subject is two things. First, I heard on the radio, for how reliable that is, that a woman had basically built a house from scratch. She's a single mother. She built a house for her kids using nothing but YouTube tutorials. Not a construction worker. She's not a carpenter. She just decided to watch YouTube an ungodly amount and build a house.
I think that's horrible. That's a really bad idea.
No.
I think it is too. Can you imagine if you tried to insure that house?
Well, I mean,
I saw it actually. There was a clip of it on Facebook.
Was it nice?
It was actually really nice.
Was it big?
Yeah.
What?
Like
What did she?
it wasn't just her, by the way. It was her and her kids. They got a divorce. She got a divorce from the father, and they're like, we have no place to live. So all together over a year built a house. And especially looking at it from several points of view at the same time, because I'm insane. Building your own house on your own land is way cheaper.
I mean,
And
yeah.
in the long run, and on top of that, you didn't finance for a crew. You just financed to buy the land and buy the
Child
material.
labor. We're bringing it back.
18 years service, whatever.
That's a good point. Something else to consider too is not to say anything else, but with carpentry and stuff like that, that's a very hands-on type of thing. So if you practice it, you could become very good with it. It's just very scary to think that this woman went out watching some of the YouTube videos and made a house.
The 51 percentile right
Exactly.
there.
Yeah. That is a 51 percentile.
Or 49. We don't know. Check in 5 years.
I strictly use the internet to learn about stuff I probably shouldn't. Go to wiki so I never actually have to watch or read anything. And I watch a lot of cooking tutorials.
I'm not surprised by the last one.
Sometimes it works out.
You gotta cook me some food.
One day. Just you're
Later tonight.
But another thing I wanted to bring up, other than my grandmother advocates for watching YouTube when you don't know how to do something. Just look up a YouTube tutorial. I'm shocked at this because usually the contrast there is that my grandfather refuses to carry a cell phone.
The other thing is that's how I got through my computer class. Watching YouTube tutorials because my teacher didn't know crap.
I can actually reinforce this. When I started programming when I was like 13, 13 in middle school. So how I taught myself was YouTube tutorials.
Yeah.
And I just read a ton of information on the internet. Self-taught myself.
It's actually a lot easier now because not only do you have the YouTube tutorials, but now you actually have a few websites that are specifically geared to getting those tutorials.
The internet has come a long way with tutorials.
It takes a lot of altruism to try to get something like that done because you're not getting anything out of it. You're just being a pal to people.
Yeah. Well, if you go back to the old days, teaching was... that's what it was. You were educating the little kids, You were a philosopher,
It takes a village, it takes an internet.
Yeah.
Another thing that I want to bring up before I start talking about the bad shit. Do you remember a couple years ago the craziness that happened in the Ukraine?
No.
No.
I wasn't born
Wow,
years ago.
no.
You know what? You'll probably say it, and I'll remember. That's just really what you said.
Ukraine had a large amount of riots and like an insane amount, and their government became slightly destabilized. It was massive. But
Oh yes, I do remember this.
the U.S. didn't really start covering it till it was over. I went on Reddit and found out like as it was happening. I saw the pictures. I saw like the shitty news reports.
Yeah, because it's Reddit.
Yeah.
Well,
and this was like several months before it ever hit like CNN or Fox.
Yep. Actually, another good thing about Reddit actually is there were a ton of people when the Boston bombing was happening. They had streams up for people to watch, like through the police scanner feeds. You know, so people could actually hear what was happening. You know, communicating with the police. You know,
Wow.
everyone on Reddit, everyone in Boston was like boom, 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 boom on Reddit. So
And then CNN saw it and took it.
that's exactly what happened.
That's basically what happened.
That is, yeah.
And then they edited out the important stuff.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And
So
now we
this
have
is
a
like-
really great movie with Mark Wahlberg in it.
It's funny because it sucks.
Oh, I actually really enjoyed that movie.
I don't know.
How are those? Hold on. No, I can't get. How are those movies good? It's like the movie about Sully crashing a plane. I saw the news report. I don't need a dramatic reenactment with Tom Hanks in it.
It was a good movie too.
Oscar bait. How is it good? We know how it ends.
I know.
There's no twist.
I almost didn't want to see it because I'm like, I know how
Actually,
this
there's a
ends.
twist. It's the plane going up and around, twisting around. Hi.
How dare you? But so like, there's a huge upside for everybody to share an obscene amount of information on a subject in a very small amount of time. But that kind of brings me to one of my bad points. There is an obscene amount of people sharing a gross amount of information in a small amount of time, not all of which
Yep.
is accurate.
Yep.
The nice thing we used to have before the internet was a filter and fact checking. But
Fuck
now
that.
if I want to get me and several thousand people to say George Takei died, he needs to wake up and be like, no, I'm alive,
Oh
before
my.
anyone know it's true. Or like, it's not.
Yeah.
There's a big thing going around with fake news, which, just to say everybody, I don't like that word. There's no such thing as fake news. There's news and there's lies.
Yes.
That's it.
That
There's
is
nothing
yeah.
else.
Yeah.
Even if you disagree with the news, if it's true, it's true. It's news. If it's not true, it's a lie.
Well, here's.
You're gonna be like, this is a fake table because it's a bench.
To be fair, it is a bench, not a table. Anyways,
I disagree.
I agree with the difference between news and lies, but I also agree that the fact that a lot of people see news as a news station and they tell lies sometimes, a lot of times. So they associate fake news with the news being as a
my
station.
point is just call it a lie. Just call them liars. Don't say that they're fake news. Just call them liars. Don't give it a trendy name. But
I like trendy names though.
I like clickbait articles.
I do too. Just the 10 top famous lightsabers in Star Wars.
When it clicked out.
I already knew them though.
Like 10 best friend
That's
quotes.
because you read the article.
But so there's just is information pollution a thing?
Yes.
Well, let me explain why. Look at this video.
I'll say what I think. When you have things like social media, like for example Facebook, Twitter, I'll even say YouTube, Instagram, you get a lot of people, based on those algorithms, like what your friends are into, you'll get certain different types of news that lean more toward a certain way. You ever notice that?
Yeah, that is very true.
And then when something pops up, oh my god, now it's trending, and that's another bullshit thing right there.
The other thing that I will add is that I actually just shared it this morning too on Facebook, ironically. A lot of the things that we do on these social media sites are addicting. So, if you get addicted to a substance, whether or not it's good for you or bad for you, you still keep on doing it. So it's hard to tell when the lies and the news, to use that example again, are real or fake, are what they are. So, for instance, you could be liking this video right now, but it could be all us talking about bullshit. You could be liking a video right now, and we could be actually geniuses. But we're not. We're probably not. Let's be honest with that one.
So, in a way, what we're saying here is social media has kind of ruined the internet in the same way that gasoline has ruined cars.
Like I said, there's a 51 percentile, 49 percentile. Like we're barely coming out above par, and that's the only reason why the system is still alive.
That's fair. I do think social media has a huge impact on how the internet does anything. Just in the fact that it's become a big showcase for everybody. And just because we have all this information on hand and we have this ability to share our personal lives so much, we have found an audience for everything. Oh, this is strangely introspective. We found an audience for everything, but we haven't quite decided if we matter enough to have an audience. And I think it's led to a lot of skewed things, like people being depressed because they feel like everyone's life is better.
Self-validation.
Yeah. So I think it's a bit tricky, especially on the subject of social media, just because, like, how much is too much? What age should people start being allowed to do this?
They were talking about this on the radio. They were pretty much associating the internet with similar reactions to like drugs and alcohol, where at such a young age we're exposed to it, so people don't think about it. But it sets off, happy receptors, whatever. I don't know what it's called.
Dopamine, because
dopamine.
That's the exact video I shared.
Oh, you shared that one?
Yeah.
I didn't see yours, but
when we do things like hit the like button, we get a surge of dopamine in our brain, supposedly. Now, I'm no expert. I'm no scientist. I'm no Medicare expert. I have an MD though.
He's a web MD.
Web MD.
Doctors are expensive. WebMD is my doctor.
All it is tell me I'm dying.
The point is
Gives
that
me a timeline.
Supposedly every single time you hit the like button or get a response or get a message on a text, because we can even put it to phone as social media almost, especially nowadays with the big smartphones.
Would people use the internet as much as they do now if social media wasn't a thing?
No, actually.
Because, back in the day, before we got, like, Facebook and MySpace, because our generation saw the birth of that.
Yeah.
We saw the birth of it as it was given to us.
Damn you, millennials.
But before all that, we had forum sites. More like Reddit, but
little forums.
More specified. You'd have, like, Tylers.net, though everyone would talk about floor tiling and be a forum for it. And that was like your very beginning of social media. And I guess it started mostly with coders getting together, having a place to talk about coding.
There were like IRC channels, stuff like that.
But the internet wasn't huge when that was around.
Yeah, it was a totally different landscape back then.
Yeah, and social media has made it just expanded as the juggernaut that basically owns the world now.
Social media is so appealing because you're linking up with everyone you know. You're keeping up with, my grandma over in Puerto Rico or something like that. You know what I mean? People that I wouldn't normally contact or even want to call, to be honest.
Give them some kind of update into your life on the web.
Yeah, without me actually doing anything. It's convenient. It's easy. It takes 5 seconds a day to me to just open up my phone and go like, damn. I don't care about you, Grandma. You know what I mean?
Is it like?
I'll drop you that like, though.
Just so you know that I'm there. I want to agree. I also want to disagree, and this is why I want to disagree. I feel like if social media wasn't a thing, and internet was still a thing, period. Like if we drop Facebook, drop MySpace, drop all of it, I feel like we'd be still using the internet the same amount that we do, but for more important things.
Like what?
For instance, coding. the original coding forms.
Yeah.
I think that would have progressed further than us bullshitting on Facebook and MySpace.
Yeah.
That said, it's all speculation because I don't live in that universe.
Well, it's interesting. Facebook itself is a big giant forum.
Yeah.
If you think about it, it's what it is.
It's just for bullshit.
Yeah.
like I said,
There are
this is the 49 percentile.
There are sometimes good conversations happen on Facebook.
Name 3.
Flint, Michigan?
The Dapple Pipeline. Dapple Pipeline. And Bernie would be the third example if he went anywhere. All he did was...
If he went anywhere, it doesn't count, then.
He's just an angry Jewish guy that used the internet to its full potential. I'm not wrong. It's what he is.
He was a smart man.
Yeah, I like him. I vote for him. I talked in my last episode how he couldn't, but still.
I think you could have wrote him down on the little sheet.
No, I'm a registered independent, so in the primaries, my vote doesn't matter.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm not buying into that party system. I don't need Democratic mail or the phone calls. No, thank you. That's last week. Let's focus on this week.
What about virtual reality? That's a whole nother topic.
Oh boy.
That's a dangerous topic.
Do you want to start?
So, a big thing. There's one thing I want to talk about before we hit on that, because that I'm going to open up with a very interesting topic.
It's gonna be a long day.
Yeah.
I'm not even wearing.
Do you think we're giving kids access to this shit too early? And do you think that classrooms have properly adapted to the amount of information out there?
Yes, we're giving it to them too early. No, they have not adapted. I remember in high school and getting around all those firewalls. It was not hard at all.
It's not hard at all, and even in my school, which had the firewalls that actually mattered, and I was like, wow.
Yeah.
And now I'm gonna go on. I have the entire game room set up in there in my computer class that shouldn't have a game room, but that's because I was dumb and 17-year-old. Don't do what I did.
All I did in high school was play Marble Blast.
I brought a flash drive with me with a bunch of games on it, and I would go to the computer and I'd plug it in.
Yeah, but they put up firewalls to stop that happening for us at good old Cumberland. Yeah.
You should have gone to a school that doesn't care.
Yeah, that's why I made their firewall. Not care about my flash drive, and I just loaded everything on.
I don't know, because Wikipedia isn't a reliable source. I think that's kind of dumb.
Someone that's talking to us.
You may say much and be on my dinner, but I wanted to say hi and just as a bitch. And Steven is beautiful.
Thanks, Nick.
The 49 percentile!
Yeah, I think the Wikipedia isn't a reliable source thing kind of irks me, because Wikipedia was made to funnel all good information on topics right there. And they have a bunch of people fact-checking it. They make you source material, and bullshit only stays up there for so long until all of these people checking it.
Well, when it first came out, it was a big problem.
Yeah.
It was a very big problem. Nowadays, it's a lot better.
People started caring.
There's only certain topics that...
But even then, you could still go down and check out all the sources.
Wait, can we bullshit a Wikipedia article right now?
Yeah, we could, technically.
Can we do it?
But the thing is that now they set it up so that way they scan for it weekly as opposed to monthly. And before that was bi-monthly. And the reason why I know this is because, yes, I used to change the bullshit. It was like
do we have to set up like an account there or something?
No, not the time.
I mean, now you do.
Now you... Yeah, probably. But I remember being in high school and we would change every bear to polar bear. Because no one would catch it.
It's those little small things.
It was those little small things that they...
Fake news.
Fake news.
God damn it.
Alternative facts.
Just, if I could do anything, I would just write a bunch of celebrities as deceased. Fuck it.
And then make them go to a webpage and get all the ad revenue.
Yeah.
Hyperlink it so that way you actually see the funeral.
Yeah. Have a generic one for every single celebrity.
Yep.
It's easy. What is a domain name? Was it like $5 a month? Fuck it. Why not?
I actually had a domain name once called celebritydropkick.com. and I was almost gonna do something with it. And all it was gonna be was almost kind of like a flashlight game where all you do is hit a button and it drops kick whatever celebrity you want in a really badly drawn way.
That's not bad. If you hold on to that domain, maybe in like the next 5 years, someone will buy it off of you. That's an actual thing people do.
$10.
I mean, you're making some progress, maybe.
I'm just saying, like, people do go out and secure fucking domain names to sell them back to companies. It's the funny shit in the
I
world.
actually make quite a bit of money. I used to work down
Bait and
over in
switch.
New Haven, and my boss used to do that. That was one of his parts of his business he used to do. He would, on average, on a monthly, make about $10,000 just by buying and selling domains he bought for like $10, $15.
Ha! That's great. I'm gonna start learning how to do that.
Yeah, teach us.
So I was like, teach me, senpai.
So I have a quick question to know if we should go into this next subject at all. Do either of you guys know anything about Bitcoin?
I know a little bit about Bitcoin.
They're coins that are bits, right?
I hate you. All right, so we're not going to go into that because I don't know what it is. Apparently,
It's digital money.
Yeah.
What? All money's digital.
Yeah, that's what's pretty bullshit, actually.
And the money I have in the bank doesn't exist. It's
Exactly.
ethereal. It doesn't matter.
No.
If they have a computer,
It sort of
glitch-
exists. It sort of exists, but it doesn't.
If they have a computer glitch that resets my account to zero, the
It's
only
happened.
thing that
It's
will
happened.
save me is if I took a screenshot.
Not even.
Not even. You would need actually documentation of the day before.
I don't have that.
It's happened where they've lost everyone's money.
Yeah.
Or the value has dropped from like $500 per coin to a cent a coin. It's happened.
It's why you go for that middle range bank. That's not like Bank of America big, but like it's not like your town folk. Like, it's right in the middle where it's like it's got that little section of its own little market.
Just go to a credit union. It's easier.
That's
too.
what I do.
Or there's always the bed. Just stuff the money in there.
Oh, the Italian
I
bed.
have bad luck with that. Got very bad luck with that.
But so since none of us are quite intelligent on Bitcoin and all money is fake, let's go to virtual reality.
Okay.
Where do we
The
wanna start?
world of tomorrow. So virtual reality for me, I feel like started with. Do you guys know a game called Second Life
Yes.
and how creepy it is?
That was back in the day.
Yeah,
That was like
old
2005,
school.
2007, right?
It is still very creepy. It's only gotten
People
creepier.
still play that?
Yes, it's still big.
I remember there was quite a big of a stir and controversy over that game.
Yes.
Just silently. Yes. I may or may not.
I've never played it. I've just known people that have, and I've looked into it.
Yeah.
But it's like RuneScape. Something I never got into.
Oh,
I'm
you
so
missed
sorry
out.
for you missed out the good years.
Come on, man. The
All right, so I tried to play RuneScape, and I walked into the training area. I did the stupid thing. I got out, killed a chicken, buried bones, kept walking, and got killed by a goblin. I don't know what the fuck happened, but my prayer increased. So,
Your problem was burying the bones.
what am I supposed to keep them and give them to the goblin to unlock the field of Everdor?
Yes.
Fuck off. Mine for gold. Anyway, virtual reality is now a thing that's starting to come out, and it's the next big leap in technology that we're going to be able to witness. Because it's not something we've really experienced before.
Yeah.
They got these neat little VR headsets, and they get little treadmills you can stand
Yeah,
on.
there's a couple of different ones. There's the Oculus, the HTC Vive. I think Google has one called Google Cardboard or something like that.
I believe it.
Samsung has their own.
I saw recently they have gloves that you put on, connect to VR, and it gives you pressure.
I think I've seen that too. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen the I think we've all seen the gun.
Yeah. Yeah.
The two nunchucks.
Yeah.
And I actually saw the standing pad where it has like a little wrap around and you can run on it and you won't go anywhere. I'm still gonna break it if I try it.
I would break it too.
Yeah. Point is, they're coming a long way to hitting the point where it's gonna become a big shenanigan all over the place. So it's gonna be there's no controllers anymore. You have the controller.
Yeah.
That's the next step.
That's another big thing too. Is Sony and Microsoft are becoming big people into the VR with PlayStation VR.
Yeah.
Xbox has their own one coming out. I think it's Scorpio, the Scorpio console, and I think that's what's going to be even make it better. Because if you can consoleize something and make it work, it's easier to program for. It's easier to make things for. It's more consistent. So that's what's gonna make it blow up, especially if it's at an affordable price range.
Yeah.
I think the Oculus and Vive are like $800 each, I think.
Yeah, it's something ridiculous price.
And then you need to have a computer that can actually handle that.
Yeah.
You know?
So the
Which
only
is
thing
not
you're
an easy
getting
task.
there are people that really want it. You're getting specialists.
Yeah.
But in order to make something big and
Or
popular, to make something big and popular, you need it available to dumb people.
Like me.
The majority.
Yeah.
We are the 51%.
We're the 51%. You're the 49. I'm sorry.
But so then you have, which I think is going to be neat. I think Nintendo's going to have a field day with it because they've been desperately trying to get people to do anything other than sit down and play a game.
I would have said that up until the Nintendo Switch release. And the reason why I'm saying that is that the Nintendo Switch is a good console. I think I liked what they're doing. That
I gotta say something. Go ahead.
I'll let you say after. They stepped away from mobility. They went back a step. They went back to, you get to take your console game on the go, but you're still sitting there playing it like this and not doing anything anymore. So they took a step back, whereas everyone else went up to the VR or went to like a nunchuck. They like, I know the PlayStation got the nunchucks going, and I think the Xbox as well. I'm not sure off the top of my head, but they're going forward with the whole trying to get people moving, and it feels like Nintendo took the step back a little step back.
I'll talk after you, Steven, because I know you have something to say.
I don't think Nintendo's made a new console in a very long time. I think the newest thing they did was the Wii. And then after that, you're just rehashing the same thing over and over and over again.
Yeah, this is the Wii U.
What is it? It's the Nintendo DS. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, light, air, fluffernutter, and now with cream. I'm just saying, like, it's just the same shit, but edited.
Yeah, that's what I've said as well.
I know I'm kind of a dick right now.
That's normal.
I'm going to let you talk right after this, but I have to bring up the example of, like, PlayStation. The difference between PlayStation 1 and 2 was big. It wasn't huge, but it was big. Between 2 and 3 was massive. 3 and 4, I haven't seen the big difference there yet. It's been an update, but it's not big. 2 and 3 was the biggest leap, because suddenly it did everything. And Nintendo really just hasn't done that.
I will interrupt your thought with the reason why you haven't seen a big difference between PS3 and PS4 is because it's running at such a high capacity. Our brains can't process it. There is too much.
My tiny monkey brain can't handle the new technology.
The average human brain can only go between 2 to 2.5K resolution. It's running at 4K resolution. You ain't going to notice the difference.
Is that why I don't
I would disagree.
I can't appreciate HD. But Gabe, we've been skipping over you a lot. It's your time.
I'm going to talk. Let me be free. Let me fly, Captain. I'm a peacock.
So back to VR.
I got the reference.
Not many people will get that reference, actually.
I'm glad that I'm in that 1 percentile.
You're on
49% right now.
You're on a Wahlberg kick lately, aren't you?
Really am,
but yeah.
So I'll start off with the Nintendo Switch thing, actually. The Nintendo Switch still has motion controls. That's not a big publicized thing, but it still has it. So I don't think they are going to step away from that. How they handle VR, I don't know, but they're definitely gonna have a VR. That's gonna happen.
I will agree, but I will also.
How good it is, I don't know.
I don't think it's gonna be that great.
Yeah.
I think that it's gonna be after PlayStation and Xbox both have their own.
Yeah, totally.
And that's why it's probably not gonna be that great, because it's gonna come out after the other two, and then because they came out after the other two, they're gonna cry about it and try and make a switch to V2.
Definitely, I agree with that. But I think what Nintendo's trying to do is, I think they're going to get rid of the 3DS, DS. Fuck that shit. Fuck the Nintendo Wii. They fucked up. They know they fucked up. Their sale number speaks for itself. Let's be honest. If you buy a Nintendo console, you're buying 1 or 2 games. Zelda and Mario. That's all there is. I guess you got some.
If you get like Wii Sports and all that, it's because you have a child.
Yeah.
So by getting rid of all that, making their architecture the same, having it be on the go, imagine what's going to happen for like other games like Pokemon now. Having the capacity available to have almost a full console. It's really a glorified tablet, let's be honest. It's what it is.
Yeah.
But
Pokemon Go on crack, yeah.
fuck yeah, man. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
Sure that game's fun.
I mean, to be fair though, if I was Nintendo, I would just invest more in Pokemon Go at this point because not only is it already selling a lot, it still is.
You know why I gave up on it?
Because we're fat and don't think walk.
No, I loved going out. I still like going out and trying to hunt for everything. But now there's it is very encouraging. Like it wants you to spend money on the game.
Yeah.
It tries to continuously bait you into spending money in the game to get the fucking Pokecoins, to get Pokeballs and all that other bullshit.
And to tell you why, it's because the first 3 months of it, people were spending lots of money and now they're not. Because they already have everything they need from it. Mm-hmm. So now they're like, well, we're not getting funds from this anymore. How do we change that? My advice to them would be change what you're trying to sell to us with the funds. Like you made cooler items. Because I can
finally customize your avatar if you have enough Pokecoins.
Shit, I gotta look up that.
You can buy new shoes.
They actually also just released the second gen of Pokemon.
That's true.
And they're also coming out with a new battling system and finally
PvP?
trading. Yeah.
Oh.
Yes, in PvP.
Thank God.
So that's going to be nice.
I'm the person that has all the Pokemon just trade just to get them.
Yeah, right. Hey,
I'm
$10 and I'll give you this.
Shit. Not gonna walk.
That's
anywhere.
what I would do.
Hey,
we definitely skipped a lot of VR.
Yeah, we did.
Well, actually, no.
Pokemon Go was kind of VR.
Yeah. So this actually I'm gonna tie this in. Watch this bullshit. Get ready for this, guys.
Animatrix.
So you mentioned how it's PS4 stuff like that. How most people can't see the 4K difference. I disagree with that. Or did I misunderstand that?
No, I'm gonna say most. There are some people that will see it at higher frequencies than others. Not me. Not him. I pointed in the opposite direction when I said those things. But that's not the point here. But I will say that there are quite a few people that can see at higher frequencies than others and can understand that running at a higher rate, that the higher rate that PS4 does is better and more appealing to them than people like schmucks with me that knows very little difference between a PS4 and an Xbox One.
My games still crash on the PS4.
That's because you just have bad.
That's because you chose PS4 instead of Xbox.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, you know what?
Oh, do we want to start the debate?
You know what?
You got an opinion.
You know what? You just actually, I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna toss it out there. You should have just gone PC.
All right, I agree with that.
Should have just gone PC.
Still trying to figure out how to fucking game on the PC. Using a first-person shooter, the mouse is insane.
So just get a controller.
All right, that's a whole. We have to hold on. We're gonna stick to VR before we talk about what.
Okay. Back to what I was saying. Here. So, part of a VR problem is when you think like this, you're running two little screens pretty much at once.
Yeah.
So even if it's a 1080p, you're running two 1080p. It's almost equivalent to 4K. Most people can see and understand 4K at a higher resolution. If you had a 32-inch TV, it is hard to tell the difference. It's very hard.
Yeah.
If you had a 60-inch TV, it's hard to tell the difference between a 1080p and a 4K. But I think it's Fox or it's someone or the BBC. They've been running network tests to see how 4K streaming goes and the difference. And they said that it's actually, even though they encode it at a lower rate, it's still a big difference. And as far as console people and actually anybody not being able to see more than, like, for example, 30 frames a second, most people can. If you put them in front of a console and PC and a good one, they will feel the difference. It's something you don't see or think about until you're actually playing it. And then it becomes like crack cocaine. And then before you know it, you're spending $1,200 on computer parts.
I will agree with that because since I went up to PS4 because I was like, I want this game. Like you do. And I can't go back to my Xbox 360.
It's hard, right?
It's difficult as hell because it's running at such a lower frequency.
Yeah. The frame rate is a big problem.
Yeah.
But
and
that's a big problem with virtual reality.
What do you?
There's a bunch of people saying hi.
Oh, that's M. Hi, M. That's Mark. Hi,
Mark. We had Kenny earlier.
Oh, we did?
Saying hi.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
And they've been showering us with likes on the live feed.
I love you.
They're just
so much.
I'll play the devil. I hate you.
Gotta give love to the
51 percentile. 49.
So yeah,
well,
anyway, no, but back to, I'm gonna wrap up VR real quickly. The big problem is right now the barrier cost too high. The power to run it at an efficient manner. Most people to play VR comfortably, a lot of people get motion sickness from that. They get dizzy, they get nauseated, and that's because the VR headsets or their technology running on can't handle it at a fast enough frequency. That's something you see when you're up close.
Yeah.
Also, a lot of people that have problems with first-person shooters, never mind on the VR,
Yeah.
are like, absolutely not.
Yeah.
And I can understand that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, on one hand, I can understand. On the other hand, suck it up. Just get good, son.
What about the bad things about VR?
Wait, hold on. I gotta bring something up really quick. Have any of you actually used VR at all?
Yes.
I have not had an opportunity yet.
I have had 2 separate opportunities.
I've had one.
I'm so jealous.
Actually, one of it has been on my friend's phone. He actually has the plug-in one and play that bomb game. Has anyone heard about that?
I have, yeah.
Yeah, you're supposed to defuse the bomb before the time runs out. You usually fail because it's written on instructions that you can't see, because you're supposed to be told the instructions from another person that can read it. And it gets really stressful because you're like, man, this touch thing isn't working out for me. The other experience I had was actually at Colin and Ashley's. They have the VR.
Sweet disposable income of white folk.
I didn't say it.
Calling you out.
And my experience that at first was horrid because I had my left controller on my right hand and my right controller on my left hand, and I'm playing this game.
Did you want to puke?
No. And I was playing this game. It's called like Soundgarden or whatever, and a song plays and like orange lights, blue lights to represent each hand are coming at you, and you have to block with the shield that you have. Now to put this on hard mode, you switch hands. You're like, my left hand's my right. This is horrid. This is awful. It's like the first time you tried Mirror in Mario Kart. It is horrendous to try it that way. But once I switched it, it was really fun. And I'm used to first-person shooters. I don't have the problem I have with putting the VR on. So I had a lot of fun, and I actually worked up a sweat from that. And, I mean, I worked up a sweat thinking, never mind anything else. But the point is that I think it's a really good step to do the VR period. I just think that there has to be different frequencies, maybe. So it might change. Might change. Who can use it?
One of my aunts is actually doing, I believe. So I want to say marketing, but I feel like that severely underplays her role in this company. But it's a newer VR headset. It's not like the 2 big dogs.
Yeah.
And I got to test it. And I didn't get the motion sickness that everybody's talking about. And it was a horror game, but it was strange. The strangest thing about it, which bothers me, is specifically that I was like, ooh, look at the room. Where am I? And it was weird just not seeing anything when you look down. But being a horror game, I did not play it long because lightning flashed. There was a little girl in the doorway. I took it off. I took it off. I was like, that's really neat.
Let me tell you, I couldn't even handle when Kenny was playing Resident Evil 7, and I was in the room watching. I couldn't handle
You guys got to do that on VR.
That I don't want to know.
Fuck yourself and do that.
I am actually game to play that because I love horror games. I don't know if I can do it on the VR, but I could play it normally.
I like survival horror. I like survival horror because I feel like it gives me a chance to fight back. Last of Us was garbage.
Yeah, it was.
Ooh, we didn't like The Last of Us?
You know why I didn't
I never
like
played
it?
Last of Us, so
This is why I don't fucking like it. Eventually you get down to where you get the clickers, the zombie fungus people, and you go down into the subway, and you go down into the market area, and you're confronted. There are like 30 of them in there, and you have to sneak by all of them, and you can't make a noise. So I chose the adult thing to do it. I threw a brick. They all went towards the brick because they can't see, and and then I threw a Molotov. And they all died. And then I did it again and again to make sure I cleared this area. And I went around and I made as much noise as possible to make sure. And then, as I was looting everything, because that's what I do, I go into a shop, I look around, it's empty. I hop a counter, look around, empty. I take the stuff from the cash register. I look around empty. I hop the counter again, and then there's a clicker and it eats my face. Fuck that game.
I'm just gonna tell you this. Get good, son.
Oh. How do you play For Honor when you just get like constantly thrown off the edge?
They're not clicking noises.
Because
That's right.
I'm the one throwing.
It's just,
people.
I'm the one that
I'm
people
the
don't
one
worry.
throwing people off ledges. But the VR headset, I think the way to make it more accessible for people is to just plug porn into it.
That's a thing already.
Did you want to start the 49
already.
percentile with that porn?
Whoa, listen, there are plenty of people that make livings off of porn, and it enriches their life. You're saying porn is bad? Because that's going to be a whole nother Pegler episode, and I'll bring it back.
Next week?
No, next week is a book. We're going to talk about it at the end. I'm going to tell everybody why they should watch.
I don't believe you.
He's gonna start brainwashing you now. He'll put you in front of a computer like, this is what you're missing out on.
Yeah.
How much if I click the off button?
There's really already VR
Yes,
porn?
it's a
Yeah, there was actually a pretty bad video of it.
How have you not heard about this?
You're posting to Facebook Live shit. You don't know anything that's on Facebook.
Fake news.
What is that? I'm sorry I don't regularly check on the latest ways to beat my dick. I believe in the old godly way of doing it. With this, some spit and your good old imagination in the woods.
Well,
this
just got awkward.
It got really awkward. Back to VR porn.
Because that, right in this instance, is our 51 percentile.
Wow, actually, I'm surprised. Well, actually, because Overwatch went to porn before it even was released as a
that's
game.
some weird shit right
so
there.
I'm not necessarily surprised that VR already has that.
Yeah.
No, I'm not surprised.
It's those POV videos, you know?
Oh, those never go well.
Depends on which one you choose.
Those are bad. They're always going to be bad. But anyway, the bad of VR. Do you think so? One, remember when they were like, "Don't sit too close to the TV; it'll fry your eyeballs."
Yeah, now we're like, rah!
Oh, this is cool.
It's like a clicker in your face.
It's fine. It's
Triggered.
all You fry your eyeballs. You got to buy glasses, and now the doctors make profit.
Oh, sweet lacing, baby. So that is an issue that I've foreseen happening.
Well, it's a different screen technology now. I think the technology we have now emits a lot less radiation. I think that's the big thing.
That's a fair point.
There was a comment. I still can't read it. It's probably because I've been watching too much
says
VR porn.
hello.
Hi guys.
Yeah, say hi.
Who was it?
It is from Heather on our live feed
Oh.
saying hello, enjoying the show, doing blow. But also, so a while back, I saw this video of basically people becoming addicted to a virtual game in this intense virtual reality, and then being kind of manipulated into doing war, committing crimes. So basically, you would go into this VR and it'd be a game, but you'd be controlling a little robot somewhere, murdering people.
So
that's some deep shit.
I saw that movie, and it was similar. Except the robots were actually people that were being controlled.
Gamer?
Yeah.
I liked that movie.
Yeah.
That movie was creepy as fuck at some points. But yes, I did like that movie. And I think I see your point on that. I also think that there's no current valuable argument for that to be a concern yet.
Did you see? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. You know what? Give enough disposable income to the people around us and watch. Can you imagine a kid growing up with a VR headset? You brought this up actually earlier. When is it appropriate of an age to let children or kids access that kind of technology?
Why would a child even need to? What are you going to do? Practice carpentry in virtual reality? That seems ridiculous.
That girl who watched those YouTube videos could have made an even better house. And she did it in VR first. So
Could you imagine how many air ducts you can make if a small child can do it for you?
Yeah.
But I agree that there has to be an age limit to VR. I just I'm not knowledgeable enough to say when that should start.
Yeah,
it's hard. I mean, like, how do you regulate that? You know, especially if you have at the house.
There
and dad's
are
like,
people
hey,
that
here you
devote
go.
like the child psychology is a thing. Behavioral specialists. Do these people go to school for these ideas?
Yeah.
I'm not one of them. Don't hate your kids. It's the best advice I can give you.
Unless they deserve it.
Yeah.
Oh wait. First off, Kenny just made a comment. My first time having sex was watching Gamer.
That's awkward. Why would you post this here? This is live.
Oh, thank you. I'm assuming that means you liked the movie too.
I really hope that's
Hegler
what you mean.
review. Gamer 10 out of 10 will get you laid. Gerard Butler, you're welcome.
If only one person says that, it must be true.
Half true, all true. It's the rule of the internet.
Ultimate facts.
Lie! Go Google it.
Don't Google it. No, don't do it. It's a trap.
It's actually a really bad movie.
I legitimately liked it.
I didn't like it. I didn't hate it.
I didn't think it was like, this is gonna change the world.
Like it was good up until like that one scene where the dude was a girl, or vice versa, and then that was the awkward moment where I left the room and yelled, and then I went back to the show.
You know what it reminds me of? Pineapple pizza. Some people like it. Many people hate it.
What did it say to you that we should get?
No, the difference is pineapple pizza is bad. We had a whole episode dedicated to it, and I had to eat it. It was fucking disgusting.
So we're gonna pineapple pizza right now.
Never again.
Pineapple pizza ramen.
Never again.
Pineapple pizza.
Go ahead, angry reacts. Bring them. Bring the angry reacts. Flood my screen with them babies.
Fuck you.
Well, they're really just Peglers. Anybody tuning in, we're Peglers. This is Pegler. Peg the podcast. Peglers for pegging.
You know what another movie was that used that kind of idea of like a VR thing? It was this movie about this kid. He had control over like battleships and it was like war games.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. He said he thought it was a training simulator.
Yeah, but ended up being a legitimate war.
Yeah, but he was...
Oh, fuck. What was the name of that movie?
It
was a kid's book.
Yeah, it was. That's the fucked up part.
And it was like...
Something War.
Yeah, it was like Atlas War, Archimedes War. It was some kid with the letter A.
You know what? We're going to call it Advil's War until we get corrected.
Advil's War?
Advil's War. Because it was all pain.
Angry.
There's the angry
I'm going to angry react. All right, so the point of that movie was... it wasn't so much VR.
At what age should children be allowed to lead military attacks?
Let's talk about that.
4th grade.
You know, I'm gonna give.
No. Hear me out. That's usually when kids turn 8 or 9, and by then a kid should know right from wrong.
Oh bullshit!
Now.
I didn't know right from wrong until
I
fucking
still don't
college.
know right from left. What's your point? This is my right hand.
This is left.
Hey.
This is my fingertips.
So we talked a lot about VR. Mostly, I don't think it's going to be a bad thing. I think we can all agree on that. It's going to be mostly good.
It's in the 51%.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think.
The only bad thing I can actually say. Sorry to interrupt you.
No. Hey. It's okay.
Remember I brought up Second Life?
Yes.
No.
Oh god, I know where this is going.
People became like addicted to that game, and it became their lives, and they would leave behind like a normal life, like what we're kind of doing now, to play on a computer. This game was like fucking worse than EverQuest.
To even more modernize that stuff. I think everyone that's probably watching this, all one of them, has seen freaking Sword Art Online or heard of it. And
I have heard of it, but I don't like it.
I've actually heard good things about it.
Weeb!
Yes. Ow. the point. The point of that show was the fact that people got trapped in the virtual reality. I think that is a very rare and unlikely thing, but I think that's leading the fears toward advancing the
I think it all boils back down to everyone being afraid of people losing themselves to technology and losing touch of reality.
Yeah.
But what were you gonna say before I brought up Second Life?
Never mind.
I don't think it's even important anymore. I can't remember my life. Let's read this comment in a really fashionable statement. Hey, I know people
What,
who play every day before and after work.
Second
I play
Life?
occasionally,
Tell
yes,
them
I've
to
seen it.
stop.
Yeah, like that game's so old.
Kid.
It's actually really not that bad. Like I still play fucking Ocarina of Time.
Oh.
Dude, hell yeah, you play with
Yeah.
time. That's a fucking
Because
shit.
that's a good
But,
game.
and I have it for the 64 when it was still
Oh.
shitty graphics.
So this shitty graphics.
So we're
but the
gonna
gameplay's on point.
So the next thing you're gonna bring up
Maybe.
is it's gonna be all bad.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
we're diving right down to the 49.
Thank you.
Cybercrime is a huge deal now.
Oh,
it's
boy.
on the news.
I know
all the
nothing
time.
about cybercrime.
What's cybercrime?
If I had the knowledge you two did of the internet, I would be people
Here.
committing
All you gotta do is
cybercrime.
put on these reading glasses that have actual glasses in them.
And then fuck up your version with these. Fuck, he's actually doing it.
Now you have the knowledge.
Maybe.
I see the bitcoins. Where is everyone?
wait. Hold on. Keep going with that. Man.
Keep going.
Keep going.
Oh Jesus!
I
I
was.
see them. They're in the air. I
Bitcoins!
feel them.
Bitcoins!
I'm winning.
Except they're not real.
I'm gonna build a wall.
That was last week.
It was. I won't let it die. No, but seriously,
Yeah, cybercrime for real. Fuck that shit.
there-
That's some deep
Anonymous is just like a cult of people committing cybercrimes for
No.
moral
They're
justice.
vigilantes. They're the Batman. They're the hero we need. Sometimes.
Just pay us and we will be. It's basically their whole point. And, you know, I can kind of get behind that. Like, if you're good at doing something,
Why do it for free?
why do it for free?
Yeah.
The Joker made that statement a big hit, and
Yeah.
I completely agree with it. The downside of that is that there's also the people that are saying, hey, pay me and I'll actually beat the anonymous system, which is also plausible. So you really have two giants fighting.
I didn't even know they took money. I thought everything they did was just because they wanted to do it.
Well, hit and miss. Depends on which hat you're talking about. White hat is
that's true.
defenders. The black hat was the whole freaking.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it whether you like it or not.
And I'm going to take as much money as I can.
And gray hat was I'm going to hack into your show, insert myself in the background, and show you where your leaks are, and say, hey, I'll fix it for a price.
They're the bounty hunters. Let's just say that. I feel like that's what Grey Hat is, pretty much.
Yeah,
bounty hunters.
Yeah, they're
Bug
mercs. I would say mercs more.
Yeah,
than
you're
hunters. It was like the difference between mercs, because all I can think of is Star Wars right now, and Jedi and Sith. That's all I can think of. That's basically the thing. Except, Jedi that's, actually read the books.
Jedi is white hat. Sith are black hats. Han Solo is a gray hat.
Yeah, actually, that's probably the best way I can say that right
and
now.
Chewbacca, he's somewhere in there.
He's somewhere between gray and white. Let's be honest right now.
I've never actually fallen victim to cybercrime. I've never had any of my identity stolen.
access to a computer.
Yeah, that sucks.
I know that one pop up that was just like, hey, can we go on here? Yeah, sure. I don't know who you are. Come on in.
No, sure story. He was
It's
using his
fine.
computer, and then he was just like,
A pop up was like, hey, can we do this? And I was like, yep, you can.
Your biggest worry right now is not cybercrime. It's the fact that I might hit the water over.
That's a real cybercrime.
And then we all just cry.
But yeah, I mean, there have been times where people I know have had like their identity stolen.
Yeah, no, it's just a very serious thing. It's actually scary how easy it is to trick an average Joe into giving you all their information.
It's fine. I'm a Josh. It's fine.
I can't I don't know how to properly protect myself
Click
from
on any stupid shit.
But just don't click on anything that obviously will become a problem.
Facebook is actually a big problem with this. Social media again.
Yeah,
clickbait articles.
Yeah,
Click.
fucking clickbait.
A lot of those. What type of personality?
Yeah,
are you?
those are.
If you click in and it auto logs you in, if you hit this button instead of typing your password, or sometimes even when you're typing your password too. I've noticed that a lot of the times when you just click to take the test and continue as, you're going to get hacked. A lot of people
I don't do them anymore.
A lot of the people I know who do them, there's like a good chance that you're going to get hacked by doing these. And as much as I like seeing the one I took today, what type of personality are you atypically?
I would love to do it.
I'd love to do it.
Not doing it.
I might be hacked right now. I don't know.
I
don't have the problem where
you can always tell when you, for whatever reason, make a post about new sunglasses and tag 30 people. It's like, oh yeah, that's something you do.
I feel like that person would learn by now to change up their tactics, but it's working for them. So
there's sending people to get sunglasses.
It's so easy though. I mean, Facebook, Twitter, they've done a lot to try to make it more secure to use apps that are external to the website. But it's not perfect. It's not perfect.
It's not perfect.
I mean, honestly, how hard would it be to track an IP address, install a key, and put it on a keylogger, and find out their passwords for shit?
That's a whole other ballgame.
Especially when most people don't change up their password. They have one password.
Yeah.
So you need to keylog one password.
Let me tell you something. You can go to a single web page. In fact, you can download the image from a web server, and they'll get your IP. They don't need to do anything fancy to get your IP. I mean, in fact, an IP address itself isn't very reliable. I mean, it can get you somewhere, but
it's a nice place to start if you have another place to start, but you don't need it to complete the project.
Yeah. The real key is to getting that person to download something. Then you got your back door.
Yeah, because then that download they just took, you attach a really any type of virus you can pick,
whatever you want. In fact, there used to be a humongous thing back a couple of years ago. There was a virus circulating where it was going through emails just as an image. The image would pop up and it would exploit the Outlook program, the email program's code. Basically, it would read certain bits of the image, and it would cause a buffer overflow, and then boom, now they have full access to your operating system.
Yeah, that dude that made that virus was a fucking genius, because to come up with that type of programming is like the difference between making it to the Super Bowl now.
Let me put it like this way. Most people are Kylo Ren levels of hacking, if they're any good at it. That's the dude who made that is like fucking Snoke. Or Palpatine. I would put it like that.
What are people hoping to get though? Are you like, what's the end game?
Well, that's changed. I think that's changed actually over the years.
That changes.
Drain a bank account and that's it, right?
So we'll talk about a quick hit. Get that quick, $50, $100, $200,
or I always have the idea that if I wanted to go black hat, I would take that 1 penny off of each one of your exchanges every single time.
The old Office Space thing?
Yeah. And to me, that sounds like the best way to not get caught.
Small.
But
as long as nobody can find that program.
As long as no one can find that program, because if you set it up on 20 accounts, you're making 20 cents per person, per thing. And I don't know about anyone else, but I go through several transactions a day.
I'm pretty poor.
And I mean, even I'll notice
coffees to keep you going.
I'll notice.
What do I need that money for? More coffees.
I'll notice 50 cents go missing. That's how I keep an eye on my finances.
So you're not the average Joe. Let's be honest there with that. Most people don't keep track of that. They just swipe, or they'll just shop online. Oh, no problem.
I check my bank account every morning. I got alerts. Every time I go to a store, I check it. But no one's gonna steal from me.
You know what though?
I got no money.
This is one of the big things that I think have changed. A lot of the new generation are savvy to that, because that's everyone we've grown up has dealt with that.
Yeah.
It's actually a lot of the older generation that are having those problems because they don't know.
Yeah.
Actually, that brings up a point where my grandfather actually almost got caught in that type of scam because some person tried asking for a credit card number over the phone, and it was just like my dad picked up halfway through my grandfather calling and telling him, almost getting the information and just going click.
Yeah.
And it was kind of scary to think that I know about it. My dad knows enough about it to know when a scam way he's on. My grandfather, which is the primary people to get hit by this type of stuff.
Yeah.
are the ones that are going to hit and fall for it.
Yeah.
And
it's unfortunate. It's very unfortunate. But, and that's what it is. They make it easy to go, $200. Let me get you for that $200. Let me get you for that $100. Oh, I'll secure all your computers for an additional $200. They do absolutely nothing.
I think the one that my grandfather got caught with, almost got caught with, was insurance.
Oh, okay.
Car insurance, saying that they were overdrafting him. He was overdrafting, so he overdue, and he owed like $2,000.
Mm-hmm.
And so now, my dad, who handles his finances because he can't understand how to do that. My grandmother did that for him, and now unfortunately, she's dead. So, my father and my uncle and basically people that understand it more take care of it for him. So when he heard $2,000 overdue, he's just like, wait a minute, and he went and checked, and then before my grandfather could. Yeah. So my point is that while it's over the phone, if for instance he had his finances set up on his computer and his computer was connected to the internet, there is a good chance that he could accidentally click on something and give that person full access.
He wouldn't even have to give him click on something. It's Windows has built-in. Actually every computer, Windows, I think Mac has it. I think Linux is the only one that doesn't have remote access built in.
Yeah, that is correct to my knowledge.
Yeah.
Unless you built one, in which case why?
Which is completely anti what Linux is about.
Yeah.
But they have it on those Windows and Mac because they want to be friendly. It's there for a good, legitimate reason. You call tech support, hey, I don't know what's going on. You actually call Microsoft or Apple. Can you help me out? Sure, no problem. Let's boom, we'll crush this. Enter this code on your screen now. Pop up this program, and it's just built-in remote access. Yeah. Most people don't know how to turn that off. And if you call someone over the internet, for example, if you pick up the phone, oh, hey, my computer's running slow. Can you help me out? They'll use that to seem like it's legitimate.
Yeah.
You don't have to download anything. It's already there. And they'll exploit that fact, and then they'll completely take advantage because they have full access to your computer. Where the worst thing is that people will leave those texts alone from their computer. I've seen it happen. They'll leave for an hour. Now you're not watching someone who's using your computer for an entire hour. Yeah. Now all the information that was on, like the finances, how can you trust that it's not stolen?
And it's even easier nowadays because almost every single computer I've seen has a built-in camera. That's very easy to access.
Yes.
So now you can monitor the situation. If that person doesn't come back in 5 minutes, if I was hacking, I would immediately set up another screen. And behind that screen, do all the things I need to do.
Yeah, it's possible. It's very possible.
There could be a person behind this video right now.
The only thing that they're gonna find on here is weird porn. That's it.
Is it a video game that you're talking about?
What?
Is it a shooting video game that you're talking about earlier on this computer?
No.
Because I guarantee you he's playing that behind the screen right now.
That would bother me strictly because I'm at the very end of the game and I just haven't gotten to beating it yet.
You deleted your save file.
Yep.
Fucker.
Ripperoni.
That'd be a cool horror game. Think about it.
Pepperoni?
No.
Deal with the dead pepperoni. Deal with it. You are the pineapple side or the pepperoni side. The fun fact is they joined together to make a pepperoni and pineapple pizza.
Oh, that sounds
back to the pineapple.
Gross.
But imagine a video game, right, where
sweet and greasy.
You have to sign away if you download it, and it has full control over your computer. And it sends you really creepy messages, or it would pop up images. It would be like a virus, but it's a game, and you could be playing, you could be live streaming, and it'll just kill your feed. It'll kill your computer. And then you come back up.
I feel like
that would only be fun.
That is a game.
That is a game?
Undertale, from what I've heard,
Undertale.
There is one moment where the game ends and it will crash your computer. Like, there's an ending, it crashes and you have to reload the entire thing, and it will see that it crashed your computer this way, and it will proceed with more story because it crashed your computer.
See?
Wow,
and don't get me wrong, I'm not a huge fan of Undertale. But this one thing, I'm like, that's actually really fucking silly, and I would... Yeah.
So, yeah, it's easy, It's easy to get people nowadays with the whole cybercrime.
But I would also say that if it's in the 51-49 percentile, because it's easy to, but it's still preventable enough that it's not
absolutely.
a problem. As long as you stay in the 51 percentile.
Yeah, as long as you use your common sense, basically.
Yeah.
You're good.
You're out of luck. I'm sorry.
So,
Damn.
Unfortunately, we're just about out of time.
What are you talking about?
But there's one thing that I wish we could have talked about.
We can talk about it now.
Which was I have to get you guys back on here again. I'm gonna have to bait you so we can talk about the deep net.
Oh boy.
Can't do it now. We're just about out of time.
That's like a 2-hour topic.
I know, and
That's
it's gonna be a fucking blast.
That's like not even. That's
It's basically to talk.
Oh.
So what we learned.
I need a sip of water for that.
What we learned
So does the computer.
now is that the internet is 51% good and 49% bad. We've talked a lot about the 51% of good, a little bit about the 49%
No.
bad.
I'm gonna break this 49% up. Now there's 51% good, 39% bad, and 10% holy fucking shit.
That's the deep net, which the next time we do this, that's what we're going to talk about.
Is it like the fishnet?
Yes. In fact, that it
Deep
will
sea fishing?
scoop you up and fuck up your life.
The ones that Steven's wearing right now?
Sounds like another Stephen King movie.
A bunch of Stevens.
Steve steps.
Steve. Ooh. Just gotta get a bunch of Stevens to fuck me. So next week I have with me returning monthly starters Rob and Curly to have another 1 month anniversary of fucking Pegler podcast.
I feel so sorry for you.
Right.
So hopefully you guys will all be able to tune into that and talk about that, talk about how it's been going, talk a little bit about what happened here today.
I'm loving the love right now.
Oh, give us a love.
Give us a love.
Oh, everybody watching learned quite a bit about
Don't do it. It's a trap.
the internet. Go look up a YouTube tutorial on how to handle this information. It'll be a good time.
Link in the description.
Down below. Go over here.
If you can't find it in the description, don't worry. I'll put a bunch of links in the comments.
That'll be nice. And don't forget to like and subscribe on the YouTube channel, because that's what people say to do. Don't forget to try to play games with this guy. And don't forget to check out Level Crush, right?
That's right. Levelcrush.com. Check it out.
Levelcrush.com. Go watch. They're streaming video games. They're giving good commentary.
Maybe
like
I'll
you
go
saw
to
here
that.
today.
Hey, guest series.
Yeah, I guess, man.
That'd be pretty sweet to play games with you, man. We only got Xbox though, and PC.
I'm
That's
not
fine.
good enough.
I got profiles on all of them.
But all right, everybody, you have a wonderful night. Thank you again for tuning in. You wonderful, delicious Peglers.
Can I click it?
It's been great. See you later, guys.
Is it this one?
Yeah, click.